Yo, what's good guys? In today's video, I'm gonna show y'all 3 Distort effects you gotta use on your music videos. Before I start off, I just wanna let you guys know that my Distort pack just dropped. Make sure to go check it out. I got a link in my bio, and make sure to follow my socials too. Alright, so to start off this effect, we're gonna need a grain. We're just gonna adjust our grain by turning up the frequency and the amplitude down a bit. The next effect we're gonna need is a heat wave. We can mess around with the heat wave by turning up the intensity and dropping the speed by a bit to see what works best with your footage. And then for the final effect, we're just going to grab a chromatic aberration and just drag that in. With the chromatic aberration, we can mess around with the master distortion a bit. It kind of adds like a fisheye lens to it. So just see what you like most. I'm just going to keep it at 2. Alright, so I just added this to an adjustment layer and now we can see the difference. It isn't anything too crazy, but it really does spice up the footage a lot. Alright, so for the next effect, I'm going to show you how to make this Ken Carson type of distort. Alright, so again, we're going to grab a grain. We're going to do the exact same thing by turning up the frequency and then just dropping down our amplitude. So next, we're going to grab a black and white. We don't have to do anything to this black and white. All we're going to do is just add an invert. And now we can grab a brightness and contrast and we can mess around with it. So what I recommend doing is dropping out the brightness. It really depends on your footage because this footage here is really bright. So we can turn it down. And we can even duplicate this brightness and contrast. Get it even darker. And we can just turn up the second one a bit. Finally, we're going to add in a wave warp. So in the wave warp, what we're going to do is go to wave type and turn on smooth noise. We're going to go to our direction, turn it up to 0. And then we can just mess around with our height. We can zoom in to see how it looks. So as you can see, it does add those spiky edges. That looks pretty fire. Alright, so now for the third and final effect, I'm going to show you how to make this CRT look. Alright, so we're going to start off by adding a TV damage. We can mess around with these values right here by turning them down. Just so that we have anything too crazy going on. For the second effect, we're going to add in scan lines. With the scan lines, we should make them kind of thin. So we'll just bring up the frequency. Something like this is cool. And now we can add in a flicker. With our flicker, we can just mess around with the amplitude by turning it up and then our frequency down. And now we can add in a vignette. With the vignette, you can do whatever you like. I'm just going to turn it up. And now we're going to add in an optics compensation. So it has that kind of real TV feel to it. We can turn it up to like 70. Now we can grab a transform, drag that in, and just up our scale. Now we can kind of add a delay to it, just so it doesn't look super smooth. We can go to posterize time and turn up to 16. So now we kind of have like a choppy look to it. Alright, so I'm going to add this effect to other videos, because it does look kind of dark. Let's see how it looks. Alright, so that's it for the tutorial. Thanks for watching. As I said, I did just drop my Distort pack. Make sure to check it out. I got the link in my bio. I have 20 more effects on it. And make sure to follow my socials down below. Have a good one.